In the center of her Atlanta estate, Rashida Frost remained motionless. The private photographs flooded her screen like a digital treachery she could never unsee, and she gripped the phone so tightly that her knuckles went white. On a sun-drenched private island in Puerto Rico, there he was, her husband, Kirk Frost, shirtless and smiling. Jasmine, whose name had plagued their marriage for years, was encircled by his arm. The sea behind them glistened with a crystal blue hue. As Kirk moved in close and whispered something that caused Jasmine to laugh uncontrollably, the luxurious home glowed in the backdrop. Unadulterated, personal, and indisputable, the photos were now widely circulated. Fans are going crazy. This is the last straw. Under the first disclosed pic, a commenter let out a scream. Rashida is deserving of better than this dishonest island-hopping scammer. However, the true explosion was only getting started inside the Frost residence. As Rashida threw the phone across the room, destroying a framed wedding photo from years ago when Kirk promised her forever, her scream reverberated through the hallways. She allegedly cried, "How could you do this to us again?" Kirk, still reeking of sunscreen and seawater, entered the room at last. With his trademark sneer on his face, Kirk initially attempted to appear calm, but the fear in his eyes betrayed him. He allegedly said, "Baby, it's not what it looks like," as he reached for her. Rashida gave him a forceful slap that sounded like thunder. "Private island, private jet. While I'm home raising our kids and holding down everything, you took her to Puerto Rico behind my back." When those private photos leaked online, what had begun as a whispered rumor erupted into full-fledged mayhem. According to others close to the couple, Rashida had been suspicious late at night for months. Kirk's unexpected business travels and mysterious charges, but nothing had prepared her for this degree of deceit. According to insiders, Jasmine wasn't merely a fling. Private dinners under the stars and late-night swims were all part of this romantic retreat. Now, the Frost family is totally split. While Rashida's closest friends are pushing her to finally go, Kirk's children from past relationships are picking sides. The level of emotion is dangerously high. Rashida can be heard crying in one audio message that was leaked. "Kirk, I gave you everything. Everything. And just when you think things can't get any worse, additional images start to surface. Will Rashida and Kirk's relationship end permanently? Or is there a more sinister turn of events that nobody anticipated? The drama has only just begun. When Rashida Frost saw those covert photos from the private island in Puerto, she was astounded. Rico repeatedly appeared on her phone, depicting Kirk Frost and Jasmine smiling in ways that were more painful than a knife. Everything about it, including the private jet park close by and the opulent villa with a view of the crystal waters, shouted betrayal at its greatest level. And Rashida erupted with all the suffering she had endured when Kirk eventually returned to their Atlanta house, still sporting that same arrogant grin. Keeping inside for several months. "You brought her to Puerto Rico. While I was here taking care of business, Kirk, you reserved an entire private island. The children and all that unites this family. How could you lie in front of me once more?" Feelings ran at a high. Kirk attempted to console Rashida as she paced back and forth, tears running down her cheeks, but his words just made matters worse. "It was simply business, baby." He said nothing more. Rashida, however, would have none of it. Holding her close while shirtless on a beach at dusk is not part of business. Business does not equate to secrecy. Champagne flows like water at romantic dinners outside under the skies. Insiders. This vacation had been planned for weeks, according to those close to the couple. While Rashida was busy filming new episodes and handling their brand partnerships, Kirk was sneaking away. Under the guise of meetings with the music industry. When Rashida called her closest friends in the middle of the night, crying over the images that had been published, the family was immediately split. With hashtags like Justice Farah and Kosovo Party rising globally, fans are taken aback on social media. Kirk was backed by several followers who said he should take a vacation from all the stress. However, the majority were adamantly on Rashida's side, recalling all the scandals he had caused her in the past. As Rashida sought explanations for each and every charge on their joint accounts, the discussions swiftly turned into a full-fledged altercation. The yacht parties are ridden by the helicopter. The personal chef was flown in specifically for Jasmine. Kirk attempted to misrepresent the incident by saying that it was a group excursion. But the photo simply showed the two of them being excessively at ease. Rashida sensed the collapse of her universe. She had established everything with this man and supported him despite rumors of infidelity. Public humiliations and baby mama turmoil, just for him to repeat similar behavior. For Rashida, who had put her profession, heart, and soul into their relationship, the personal stakes were high, but Kirk appeared to be chasing excitement without considering the devastation they would leave behind. Rashida was prepared to pack her bags that night, according to family friends, but something stopped her. Perhaps the children or the anxiety of making a fresh start. Unexpected developments began to surface after so many years of dating when additional pictures of Kirk and Jasmine wearing matching outfits surfaced. On the island balcony, posing like a real couple. When Rashida realized this was a complete romantic retreat rather than a one-time error, the betrayal felt even more profound. The Frost home was full with Rashida and heated disagreements. Shouting, "I sacrificed my dreams for you, Kirk, and you repay me, as I sit at home by myself and take another woman to paradise." The family dysfunction permeated every aspect of their lives, leaving the kids perplexed and upset after hearing portions of the altercation. Everyone's reactions flooded in. Former Kirk colleagues distanced themselves, claiming they were unprepared for this degree of disdain. Fans filled comment sections with offers of support, telling Rashida that she is stronger than this and deserves a man who truly values her, while her inner circle rallied around her, giving shoulders to weep on and solicitors on fast dial. When a source disclosed that Kirk had been texting Jasmine for months, the narrative took even another dramatic turn. Coded signals about leaving reality together are being sent in advance of this Puerto Rico vacation. With the printed evidence in her hands, Rashida confronted him and demanded the truth. When Kirk realized how much had leaked, his face became pale. Rather than apologize, he went on the defensive, accusing Rashida of being overly controlling and not giving him space, which just made her more enraged. "You refer to this area as slipping off to a secret island with Jasmine," she responded with a scream. As years of unaddressed concerns surfaced, the couple found themselves in the midst of their largest crisis to date. The emotions were raw and unfiltered. The leaked photos kept spreading like wildfire as the public watched every step. With every new picture that revealed private moments that no one was allowed to view, Rashida became even more devastated. As she thought of all the promises Kirk had broken while traveling. Family members attempted to mediate, but it was obvious that some were on Rashida Payne's side and others believed Kirk should be forgiven for the pressures he faced in his line of work. As Kirk rushed to do damage control with his staff and Rashida resolved to take matters into her own hands by capturing everything for possible legal action, the drama continued to escalate. Fans, friends, and family were all divided over the private island retreat that was supposed to remain a secret. Rashida reminded everyone that she would no longer be hushed or treated disrespectfully by remaining strong despite her tears. For her, the personal stakes went beyond marriage. It was about leaving a lasting legacy, respecting oneself, and demonstrating to her kids what it is to be strong in the face of treachery. Kirk, on the other hand, appeared to be caught up in his own web of deceit, juggling contradictory justifications. As accusations flew back and forth, the arguments continued late into the night, with voices resounding throughout the mansion. "Kirk, you never valued me." According to reports, Rashida sobbed as he responded by accusing her of being overly preoccupied with the limelight. The couple was facing the risk of everything they had constructed collapsing, and the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. The pandemonium was only made worse by the responses from the outside world. As more information came, like as airline records and hotel reservations made under false identities that verified the romantic nature of the vacation, more twists emerged, with celebrity friends joining in on social media and erupting with theories about what actually transpired on that Puerto Rico island. When Rashida realized how deep the deceit was, her world fell apart once more. The children's inquiries put the family in disarray. No parent wants to respond, and the number of close family members encouraging them to get counseling or live apart for positive emotions is more than it has ever been. The betrayal on that private island had reopened old scars and caused new ones that might never fully heal, and Rashida was thinking about what to do next in this explosive chapter of their lives. However, despite all of this suffering, a glimmer of resolve appeared in Rashida's eyes, demonstrating to the world that she was far from beaten. Rico the Frost's home continued to be a battleground of tears, accusations, and desperate attempts at harm as the days stretched into weeks following those explosive leaked photos from the private island near Puerto. While Kirk was actually on that opulent vacation with Jasmine, Control Rashida could hardly sleep because of all the lovely messages he had given her. The late-night murmurs, the sunset sails, the personal chef. Everything seemed to be twisting her heart more deeply like a knife. Rashida sat down with her kids one morning and tried to explain things without crying. However, the anguish in her voice revealed all. In the meantime, Kirk paced in his home studio while phoning his manager and PR in an attempt to portray the incident as merely a misinterpreted business retreat, but no one was buying it. Fans are taken aback beyond words, demanding the complete truth on all social media platforms. Some even began to boycott Kirk's performances and songs, accusing him of showing the utmost disrespect to a woman who supported him through good times and bad. When Rashida's sister traveled in from out of town to offer support and confronted him right away, the family drama reached new heights. Kirk in the living room. "For the last time, you have degraded my sister." She pointed a finger directly at his chest and shouted. In an attempt to defend himself, Kirk claimed that the situation had been exaggerated. However, the evidence from Puerto Rico continued to mount, with fresh images showing him and Jasmine having private moments inside the property and on the beach appearing every day. When friends disclosed that Jasmine had been boasting about the vacation to close friends before the leaks ever occurred, Rashida's world began to spin. Rashida's personal stakes increased because she would lose not only her marriage but also the clothing brand, the empire they had created together. Appearances in reality shows, many of which are connected to their power brand. Late into the nights, a couple got into furious disputes with Rashida, demanding complete openness on every call, text, and dollars spent on that covert retreat. In a single emotional moment, Kirk finally broke down and acknowledged that he needed excitement. Rashida screamed back, "Love does not look. It's like sneaking off to Puerto Rico with another woman while I hold everything down at home," in response to his insistence that he still loved her. The unexpected turn of events occurred when a close friend of Jasmine's revealed voice messages in which she made fun of Rashida's style and asserted that Kirk had promised her a future free from the drama. The family was split like never before, with some family members encouraging Rashida to fight for her marriage and others advising her to leave with dignity before further suffering. Celebrities who had previously partied with them either remained silent or posted cryptic messages of support for strong women. Fans made edited videos contrasting the new scandalous photos with the old happy moments. As everyone took sides in this nasty, reality TV caliber drama, emotions were running high all across the world. Rashida made the decision to put her pain into practice by consulting with solicitors and thinking about solutions that would provide her and the kids with both financial and emotional security. Conversely, Kirk attempted to confide in mutual acquaintances, pleading with them to reason with her, but the damage was too great. Years-old rifts in their relationship were revealed by the private island vacation that was meant to be kept secret forever. In chats, betrayals reappeared, making Rashida doubt all of their pleasant memories. The tension escalated when Rashida was seen by paparazzi leaving a hotel with her bags, appearing distraught, while Kirk remained behind, attempting to put up a normal front for the cameras. According to insiders, the pair had a lengthy 10-hour conversation during which conflicts erupted, tears flowed, and vulnerable moments surfaced, but no true settlement was reached. According to reports, Kirk got down on his knees, expressed regret for the Puerto Rico escape, and vowed that it would never occur again. Despite all of the unmet promises, Rashida's heart remained cautious. Kirk was shattered in ways that the public never witnessed when the kids sensed the tension and refused to truly communicate with their father. As Rashida relied more than ever on her network of support, the dynamics of the family drastically changed. She hosted poignant get-togethers where friends shared personal tales. 3 unexpected turns continued to occur when a former associate of Kirk disclosed that he had used funds from their joint ventures to finance the entire island retreat, despite betrayals giving her support and guidance. Rashida became enraged at the financial betrayal. In addition to the emotional one, many fans have said that Rashida should receive royalties from every stream of Kirk music because of the suffering she went through, expressing shock at the extent of deceit. They hardly spoke to each other as they passed each other in the mansion like strangers after heated altercations turned into silent chilly warfare. When Rashida realized that this incident had an impact on her own career prospects with brands, the personal stakes impacted her hardest. Pulling back, uncertain of the drama, the younger family members' responses gave Kirk another level of complexity. Children from previous relationships expressed their dissatisfaction with their father. Everyone in the Frost circle was wondering about their futures and allegiances after that trip to Puerto Rico. Late-night journaling provided Rashida some comfort as she poured her heart out into pages that could eventually become a tell-all book. Kirk, on the other hand, spent time alone in the studio writing songs that sounded less like hits and more like confessions. As further leaked information about the private island activities, such as romantic helicopter rides and exclusive beach closures, came to light, the turmoil showed no signs of abating. When Rashida eventually consented to a mediated session with a counselor where they both voiced their complaints, their emotions were at an all-time high. Kirk talked about feeling stuck in the limelight. The session concluded with more tears than progress, but it did establish a small channel of communication as Rashida expressed years of buried hatred. The family continued to be split, with some advocating for separation and others for reconciliation. With hashtags trending every day and YouTube channels analyzing every new image or speech, the public watched every development like a real-life soap drama. Their lives had become a spectacle due to the betrayal on that stunning island of Puerto Rico. Despite Kirk's internal anguish, Rashida's strength was evident when she showed up at a public function with her head held high. Sending messages and flowers were small gestures, but trust was broken, possibly irreparably. Fans' curiosity and outrage increased when Jasmine herself made a subtle social media post that appeared to allude to the trip. Online support groups for women in similar circumstances formed as responses came in from all directions. After reading some of the comments late at night, Rashida felt less alone in her anguish and understood the personal stakes, not just hearts, but also businesses' legacies and their children's futures. Strategic planning replaced heated debates. With each new leak, the drama continued to develop, bringing with it new waves of pain and resolve as Rashida sought advice from specialists on how to go on her own. The couple was at a crossroads where all they had worked so hard to build could be destroyed by one bad decision. Fans are stunned at how deep this goes, with many speculating that this may be the last chapter for Rashida and Kirk as a marriage. The family drama reached a boiling point during a Christmas party where old emotions burst in front of relatives, leaving everyone sad and exhausted. However, the private island secret had altered everything, revealing vulnerabilities and compelling difficult discussions about love, respect, and what lay ahead. In the middle of upheaval, glimmers of hope, or perhaps just habit, kept them bound together. The narrative took a turn for the worst when a business partner withdrew funding due to the bad press, leaving Kirk in a panic and Rashida even more guarded of her personal assets. As the two dealt with this new reality of public scrutiny and personal loss, emotions ran high. Close friends' responses differed, some showed tough love, while others supported long-standing habits. The whole thing brought to light the price of secrets and celebrity in the entertainment industry. Rashida started experimenting with new endeavors on her own, focusing her energies on empowerment campaigns that connected with followers all over the world.